Joining me now is Kurt Bardella, CEO of Endeavor Strategies and a former Breitbart media consultant. So I'll go ahead and let you answer that question, Kurt. Can Bannon survive without the Mercers?
No, I don't think that he can. At the end of the day, what gave Steve Bannon the platform that he's had was both proximity to the president and the Mercers' deep pockets. Candidates would line up wanting to meet with Bannon and get his blessing because they knew with his blessing came major financial support from the Mercers. With those things gone, the trust of the president's ear, and the Mercer paycheck, what does he have to offer anybody right now? Nobody's going to want anything to do with him. Well, I don't think what Steve really understood was that people weren't enamored with Steve Bannon. They don't care about Steve Bannon. Heck, most people don't even know who Steve Bannon is, frankly. What they saw was access to other people that had more valuable things to give. And I think Steve is waking up, seeing now that he's kind of all alone on an island, that it really wasn't about him this entire time at all.
But he thought he was going to run for president. I mean, to hear the stories in the book, he'd gotten so full of himself that he thought in 2020 he'd be the president of the United States. Do you think that arrogance might be seeping away at this point?
Oh, I think he's facing a moment of humility here. I mean, there's no question that his ego, being on the cover of Time magazine, getting co-billing in some of these other books that have been written before, that got to his head, that he all of a sudden thought instead of being maybe the kingmaker, he could become the king. Well, he's finding out now that it's not the case. And realistically, any voter, any person who's in a congressional district, any normal American person, they have never asked their congressman, are you with Steve Bannon? What they ask is, are you with Donald Trump?
Right.
And that's why in a fight between Trump and Bannon, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the way that Bannon came into, I mean, he'd interviewed Trump on his radio show that he still has again, which we'll see how long that lasts as well, that this was the way Fire and Fury describes their relationship. It said to this, that Trump had no real relationship with either father or daughter, meaning the Mercers. He'd only had a few conversations with Bob Mercer, who mostly talked in monosyllables. Rebecca Mercer's entire history with Trump consisted of a selfie taken with him at Trump Tower. But when the Mercers presented their plan to take over the campaign and install their lieutenants, Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway, Trump didn't resist. He only expressed vast incomprehension at why anyone would want to do that. And they did take it over, and they provided lots of money to Donald Trump. Do you suspect now that Kellyanne Conway, who people forget was sort of his partner in crime in coming into the campaign, will drop him too?
Oh, I think that everyone sees the writing on the wall here, that Steve he's a dead man walking. It's almost like we're about to witness a mob hit. Everybody knows it's going to go down. Everyone's just waiting for that trigger to be pulled.
Yeah.
And so I think everyone, all the Bannon allies, you know what? I don't see a whole lot of folks out there defending Steve Bannon right now.
Yeah.
I don't see Kellyanne Conway out there. I don't see David Bossie out there. He is literally on an island, and he's brought it all on himself with his arrogance, with the way that he demeans people, the bully mentality that he has, the bombastic, charismatic, trying to mimic Donald Trump almost. It's put him in this position.
Yeah, karma. Kurt Bardella is going to be sticking around. Thank you, and we'll see you in a little bit. Coming up, Trump.